Woo! Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Today we got some interesting things. I've been reading this book called The Millionaire Fast Lane, and it really it changed my outlook on things. So obviously I'm not posting a bunch to this channel, but I can explain that a little bit. And all right, that's my real estate agent. I'll talk a little bit about that in the video today. But anyways, if you guys like this type of content where I'm giving you guys my updates and just some thoughts that I'm having, you know, my wealth building journey, hit that thumbs up button. That does really help the channel grow. So anyways, one thing that I wanted to go through with you guys is that Dave Ramsey and people like him don't follow their own advice. So let's go through this really quick. Dave Ramsey isn't following his own advice, all right? And I'm not talking about the fact that Dave Ramsey uses debt or something, but let's just go basically through this, through what he gives as advice. So we got right here, number one, work a job. So number two, invest 15% of your income. Don't use leverage. Put all of your money in the public markets in good growth stock mutual funds, which say what you will about that. You know, he says that they can give you 12%, but we can't really guarantee that it's going to give you 12%. We're probably going into a low return environment. But next thing is retire with dignity after 59 and a half years of hard work, and contract your spending / deliver pizzas. Now, people who watch the show, you know that that's kind of a joke, but it really isn't that much of a joke, because he's always talking about, well, you could be delivering pizzas for that, man. So he's telling people to deliver pizzas, contract your spending, retire when you're 59, you know, retire, inspire, retire with dignity, all that good stuff. But let's look at what Dave Ramsey is actually doing, because Dave Ramsey, he's truly a genius, but it's not because of his program, it's because he is selling his program. So this is what Dave Ramsey is actually doing, okay? So on his work a job advice, what he's actually doing is running a scalable business that you can sell a product to the masses, right? So there's basically two ways to make a bunch of money, right? One is, let's say, the LeBron James method, where you can provide a little bit of value to a bunch of people, or you can provide a lot of value to one team, right? And the other one is, let's say, a content creator, where you can get a message out, you know, a little message out to a lot of people. So you can either get $1 from a million people, or you can get $1 million from one person, right? The $1 million from one person, or, you know, I don't know how much he makes now, $120 million, whatever, from one person, right? That's your LeBron James method. That's going in, honing your craft, and doing it that way, right? This way, with the content creation, this is, you know, getting pennies from millions of people. That's kind of the method there. So what's Dave Ramsey doing? Dave Ramsey is selling a program to the masses. And what sells best to the masses? Let's go through like a tree chart of who the masses are, right? So people who want to start a job, people who want to work a job, or people who want to run a scalable business. Which group is bigger? All right, people who want to work a job, people who are good with money, or people who are bad with money. All right, obviously people who are bad with money is the bigger marketplace. All right, people who should be using debt, or people who shouldn't be using debt. Obviously the bigger marketplace is the people who shouldn't be using debt, right? Because they don't have self-control. So Dave Ramsey has essentially targeted the largest target audience. If you really just look at all of the stuff that he teaches, it's the way that it's very slow, but it will get you there eventually, right? It's the dummy-proof way to get there, that if you just follow what he says, it will work eventually. And if you don't follow what he says, he'll just say, oh, well, you didn't follow what I said, that's why it didn't work. Okay, so it is genius. But anyways, let's go down to the next one. Invest 15% of your income. What's Dave doing? He's investing close to everything that he makes. Everything that Dave makes goes back into real estate. It goes back into his business, and he's not investing 15% of his income, right? His business income it's probably plowing right back into the business. It's not just going and sitting in, you know, growth stock mutual funds, 15% of it. Don't use leverage. And I will be fair to say, you know, he says 15% while you're still paying the house or whatever, and then after that you can invest whatever. But I will be fair when he says that. But 15% of your income, that's not what he's doing. That's my point. Don't use leverage, okay? What's Dave doing? Dave is using the leverage. He's leveraging other people's time. He's leveraging the internet. He's leveraging a bunch of things, such as other people's rent payments. He's leveraging business assets so that he can expand his income and disconnect his income from his time, right? So he's kind of not really following his own example, right? He's not following what he tells most people to do. Okay, next thing, put all of your money into the public markets. Dave Ramsey has a substantial portion of his wealth into paid for real estate and his own business, right? So Obviously, they have the entree leadership thing, but the way that Dave Ramsey became wealthy was not growth stock mutual funds. It was not contracting his expenses. It was by leveraging his own private business, right? It was by having real estate, right? Leveraging other people's time through their rent payments, right? That's how Dave Ramsey became wealthy, was through using leverage, even if it's not in the form of debt, it's in the form of other people's time, other people's labor. Okay, retire with dignity after 59 and a half years. Okay, obviously, you know, that's if some people want to do that, that is their choice. But most people don't want to work a back-breaking job until they're 60. Dave Ramsey could have retired a long time ago, so we got that down there. Dave Ramsey could have retired. He could retire right now, right? Because he has a good, nice business that produces a lot of cash for him, and he has all these assets, okay? And the last one, contract your spending / deliver pizzas, instead of what Dave Ramsey is actually doing every single day, which is expanding his income and controlling his expenses. Now, obviously, no matter what you make, you can always spend all of it, right? So controlling your income, let's say that you spend, I don't know, 10% of what you make, and you make $1 million. That means you can spend $100,000. Well, if you make $100 million and you spend 10% of what you make, that's a significantly different lifestyle, right? Spending 10 million versus spending 100,000 if you were making $1 million, all right? So anyways, next thing on the docket, I got a comment from somebody that said that I was a fraud. Okay, so I will be showing the accounts today. That's going to take a little bit for me to cut it up. But first, I wanted to show you guys some moves that I'm making. Man, excuse the hairline right now, guys. I've been working for 17 days straight because my coworker decided to not come to work. So, you know, it's good money, but it hasn't been very good for my hairline or for my time off. But you know. Let's look at this. So basically, I'm selling my house. You guys saw the text message earlier from my real estate agent there that kind of popped across the screen, but I'm selling my house. I expect about 80 grand or so to come out of that after all real estate commissions and fees and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, take some of the money and put it into Merrill Edge. That is the plan right now. Take the stocks and put it in, and I can get platinum honors. So let's pull up the calculator here. And this is mostly what I'm looking at here, the credit card reward bonus. Okay, so 75% bonus on your credit card rewards. So I have this card, and I'm looking to probably get this card. So let's pull up the credit card, the calculator here. There we go. So 3% on customized categories. So you can have something like dining, or you can have something like hardware stores, things of that nature. So 3 times 1.75. That means that'll get me 5.25 back if I just drop that money basically into a Merrill Edge account. Okay, and then there's this card down here that gets 1.5% cash back. So if we go in here and say 1.5 times 1.7, damn it, 1.5 times, oh my goodness, I think is that right? I don't know. 1.5 times 1.75 equals 2.625. Okay, so essentially, if I put that 100 grand over there into a Merrill Edge account and I become a Platinum Honors member, I can get 2.625% back on all of my purchases, right? And that's unlimited. That also has a little sign-up bonus. So probably what I'll do is I'll go in and I just switch my phone service over. So I'll probably put about $1,000 onto my phone service, get $200 off on that, and then I'll get 2.625 back on everything there. So let's open up the finances here, and this is what the net worth is looking like over here, $257,000. So somebody basically commented on my video and they said, Casey, you're a fraud. Anybody can make a Excel spreadsheet. And the reason why I usually don't show you guys like all of my finances is because, for one, I just find that kind of boring, like poking into every single account. Like, look at how many accounts there are right here. Number two, like, why would I lie about being worth $257,000? Like, if I was trying to sell a course or something, if I was trying to sell a dream, wouldn't I make myself worth at least $1 million, at least $2 million, $3 million, something like that? And I don't know if I already said this, but third thing, I just find it kind of boring, like popping into all these accounts. The video is going to be too long, but for this person today, I will show the accounts. Okay, so I'm going to try to chop this up to make it as quick as possible, but I will show the accounts. All right, so if you see me blurring anything or blurring the screen, it's only because like my account numbers on the screen, or like, I don't know, my passwords on the screen. So this is my growth pie, my growth account. That's what we call that one essentially. And all right, I'm gonna have to blur out those numbers. This is my Roth IRA account. It's got that 1860 in it. And this is the dividend portfolio that I started. I started it just, I thought this is what was going to be my main account, but I ended up not wanting to use it. So it just kind of sits there. I might move it at some point. Maybe I'll move it into Merrill Edge. We'll see. All right, being careful to not show my account numbers here. These are my Fidelity accounts. Okay, so you see this top one over here, that's my individual account. There's really not that much in there. There's like a partial share of Nvidia or something like that. And this is my individual retirement account. That's my IRA. Down here, you can see some of my positions down here. I got Costco, we got Amazon, we got Tesla, we got Apple, we got Facebook, Google, and VOO. So it's mostly VOO. And then over here in my individual, we've got some Voyager Digital, and we got some Nvidia. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, moving into the military retirement account, the TSP. I have everything in the C fund, which is essentially the S&P 500. The G fund is government bonds. The F fund is fixed income. It's like corporate bonds, essentially. The S fund is small caps. The I fund is international. I don't have any money in those. I pretty much just have all my money riding in the S&P. There's $24,958 in that. All right, this next one is a site called Mene.com, okay? And this is my ring. So this is $975, okay, in gold value. It's 16.59 grams of gold. Okay, that's what I have right there. And obviously the price changes a little bit, right? So, you know, it's not me being a fraud. It's just, you know, the price of gold changes all the time. And for those of you guys out there who are astute, you guys might guess that something significant happened in my life recently. So, yeah, that is what it is. But there's a, hold on, let me go to shop really quick. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. One thing is like there's a chess set. If you go in here, or let's go to, I can't find, oh, here it is, a chess set. So you can essentially get like this gold and platinum chess set. And I feel like it's just kind of like a cool thing to have. I always say, and like recently I've just been saying, I don't think that you should buy gold as an investment. I think that you should buy gold because you like it. Let's go into this heavy category over here. They just have some pretty cool stuff. You know, like that's a weird ring, but you know, they've got like some cool necklaces. They've got stuff that down here that's just like cool. They've got cool earrings. I meant to put out a video that said like this is a good site for the holiday. I did that last year, but these are just some pretty cool things that, you know, you could buy for a spouse, for yourself, whatever. But anyways, moving on to the next thing. All right, so this is the Robinhood portfolio. I don't think we got any account information up here, but essentially what we've got is we've got $24,000, $24,900 worth of stocks, and we've got $8,500 worth of margin. All right, and basically I just had a bunch of unexpected expenses coming up, so I just used myself as a bank, took out a loan, and I will pay that back after my next check. And after the house sells, like I said, I expect about $80,000 from that. So that is that right there, okay? We're just verifying these things, all right? Next thing is BlockFi. Okay, so this is BlockFi. So essentially, I've got most of my money riding in USDC on this. It's paying about 9% interest right now from what I remember. Last time I saw it was 9% interest. So, well, let's check into it. Let's see what we got. There we go. So most of my money is in GUSD, which pays 9% right now. USDC, 9% right now. And then Bitcoin, I only have a little bit of Bitcoin, and it's paying 4.5%. So that's my crypto. That's my crypto holdings. And if I go back to the dashboard here, you can see that that is real. Okay, I'm not being a fraud like this guy was accusing me of. And that's pretty much it. Okay, nothing in PayPal, nothing in Webull. This 529 account, I don't even know why I'm counting this anymore. This is a Washington 529 program. And I just moved out of Washington, probably not going to send the kids to school in Washington. All right, last things are the car, the house. Okay, I'm not going to get on Kelley Blue Book for you guys, but I own a Toyota Corolla. It has appreciated faster than my stock portfolio. Maybe I should have got a used car instead of getting a tattooed chef stock. My property, this one, I'll actually show you guys this one. This one sold for $350,000, but after you account for the real estate commission, this is about how much it will sell for. I owe about $241,000 on the mortgage. A mortgage payment just went through on the first year. So I'm not going to adjust that. That would actually bump my net worth a little bit higher, but I'm not going to adjust for that. There are a couple balances on my credit cards right now, like 300 here, 800 here. But yeah, anyways, this is generally, like, I'm not going to go through all of this stuff. Some of these reward values are a little bit different, but generally speaking, we're about in the 255 to 260 range. And there is the proof of my accounts. And hopefully you guys got some value out of this and you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Dave Ramsey not taking his own advice, and really a lot of finance YouTubers not taking their own advice. What you see is they're acting out their own advice, but they're not really taking the advice that they're giving out, right? They're selling advice, they're not taking their own advice that they sell. But anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.